ago a seemingly weak summer squall, but intensifying its thrashing eye of violence. Within hours, it would make a landfall doubtless, bruising the livelihoods of many coastal towns, Krondor among them. Perhaps it can be tamed, Book thought, his face twisting into a frown. More of a lethal path affair, but it should be simple enough. Even as he extended his hand, the image of another storm formed in his mind unbidden, a terrifying storm that had raged over his head as he came into the greatness of his power in a far distant empire called Tsurarunani. A storm that had tested his right to be a member of the alien assembly of magicians. A storm that had rent open the heavens and forever set him a part of the mortal man. Energy leapt from Book's outstretched fingers into the heart of the storm, exploding within the glorious rainbow pattern that illuminated the clouds in a throbbing elemental display. Greenish bands of color danced in the sky as the wind began to abate. Torrential rains quickened, softening of a mild patter as the blue blasts of energy moved between sea and sky. Gently the ocean stilled of its own accord. Satisfied the threat was reduced, Buck discontinued the spell with a slicing gesture and stepped back to watch the storm's process. The sight eased his mind and allowed him time to mull over the series of issues, not the least of which was the right vacation that he, his wife Katala, and daughter Kamina had intended on making in Krondor, but like a lodestone to metal, he found his thoughts returning again and again to recollections of the Empire. Right in the flame of enemy comes to streak his candies on skeleton drums. Hello. For Thunder's bite will raise our call to the downside Krampus Empire all. A Tsurani poet, I believe he was Hos Omekan. Hos Minavamapi, reign of the 53rd light of heaven. Is there something you need to see me about, Makala? I am busy. Busy? You have been behaving like a knee trouble with a burr in his bit. I came to ask what has Book of Stardog so distracted that he cannot find the time to meet his associate magician. Has his reputation so inflated that member of the Tsurani Assembly has no longer worthy of his attention? I'm sorry, perhaps you are right. I've just been very preoccupied. I find myself obsessed with this storm. All the week I felt it's building over bitter sea. All the while I have suspected there's more than to it than it's immediately perceptible. It doesn't feel natural. Have you seen it's like? I've seen its match in destruction. As I recall, you created far more havoc in Tsurarunani when you disrupted my Emperor's Imperial games. Yep, he did. Several city blocks destroyed, countless lives lost, the warlord cast down in dishonor. I had a feeling you didn't summon a rift door to cast-size me about my lack of attention. What is this about, Makala? Your loyalty is Buck. While you claim loyalty to the Empire, you live your life under the influence of Mid-Kimian King and took the wife of truly Highlander. Your judgment is suspect. From the day I left the Empire, my judgment and my loyalty ceased to be a concern of assembly of magicians. I do what I see best for all concerned. I see. Then is any act justifiable to that end? If it serves the common good, yes. Even if it violates an individual's rights. What you wish for me to say, Makala? You lead me as if I were to one of your Nidra cows, but I'm no mood for games. State your business. Very well. Your daughter Kamina has blossomed into a remarkable young woman. She's beautiful, gracious, and an honor to your house. Unfortunately, she's also a girl with remarkable powers. Your love for your daughter has led you to grievous miscarriage of your duties. Why have you let her leave? My estimation of person magical talents is not determined by their sex, Makala. Yeah, I think they didn't want female high power magicians in a Tsurarunari, if I remember correctly. And I refuse to murder my child to appear as public tenant of the assembly. They have no authority in Midkemia. In this instance, I believe they will choose to ignore the geography. At the juncture, the assembly is troubled, surrounded by anti-traditionalists. You embrace your Midkemian values, led in charge large part by the Mara of the Akoma. I think I remember her. That was another book series. Open defense by you as our most notable member could weaken the position within the empire. And that is something we cannot afford. We would be forced to make you publicly comply. Although I'm equally wary of female abomination, I've no desire to see your daughter dead. I've acted in your behalf and placed her in exile until such time we can agree upon her ultimate fate. Why didn't you consult me? Where have you sent her? Seek her if you wish, but it will avail you little. Your further interference will likely ensure the assembly will carry out its order of death. They will be unable to kill her, however, if they cannot find her. It would be your advantage to leave her be. I will not content myself to sit here while the assembly banters about the value of my daughter's life. I shall find her, and then you tell your brethren to expect my visit. You embarked on a dangerous road, but it's yours to take. Farewell, Tempak. Betrayal. The Book of Macros. The meditation tower, being one of the first places I suspected of looking. I went there as soon as I discovered that neither he nor my daughter appeared for breakfast that morning. There I found the message that he had burned into the wall. Book of Macros. What do you think the message means? Macros is overpowered wizard, time traveler, planeswalker, whatever guy from the book series. I thought for a while that he intended for us to contact the magician named Macros, but it would be a feat impossible even Puck to accomplish. Macros left Midkemia long ago. All he left behind were his writings, and presumably this book of Macros would be among the books he left behind. Perhaps, but I cannot be certain. The library that Macros left in Sorcerer's Isle was vast, and it took us better part of the year to move it back to the Academy at Stardock. Since that time, some of the volumes have been lent out of the various scribes, so that they can be catalogued and described. Then the book could be anywhere. A new approach. Before he disappeared, did you note anything usual that he may have said or done? As I said earlier, he had seemed agitated for some long time, but yes, there was something. About a month ago we were talking in a gardens outside of Palace, just the two of us enjoying the day, when he suddenly halted us near the Sever Grate. When I asked what was wrong, he said, "Not all of the sheep are in our fold." Sheep, forgive me, lady, but your husband seems to have an inferior penchant for the cryptic. Not ordinarily, no, but when things are on his mind. But come, I must head towards Stardock and look for evidence of this Mook of Macros there. Where shall you two go? We go below the sewers under Krondor Oven, good lady. I believe we shepherds have an errant flock of sheep to find. Alright, so we have, once again, we have two heroes finding their way. And starting from the sewer. So I think this is time we are getting to the next level of this Krondor sewer. Tying up some leaves. Anyhow, yeah, this has been poor.